about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the Crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. And if this is your first time checking us out, we greatly appreciate you making us a part of your Saturday morning. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
What's happening? Yeah.
Man, just barely rolled out of bed, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Casamigos was whispering to me all night.
Oh, did you answer?
Yeah. It said play Pound Town.
Oh,
wow.
man.
Yeah.
That's music, y'all. If y'all don't know, that's music.
Yeah, no, we're not taking a pounding like you were last week.
Man.
Whoa.
Wow. But yeah, how was y'all week? How was y'all's week?
It's
Speaking
been
of
good.
weeks.
It's been good. It went by fast. Weather's getting nice and
Yes,
warm. It's giving
finally.
summer vibes.
Is
I'm
it
loving
summer?
it.
Springing?
I think, yeah.
So
I
is this,
feel like
is this
we're
summer
kinda-
yet?
Spring has sprung now.
Oh, okay. When
I
is
think it
summer?
already sprung. I think it sprung early. I feel
think
like.
summer is end of the month.
Like June 21st, something. It's
Thought
like
it
weird.
was- Thought it was around Memorial Day.
No, that's still spring.
That's when the pool's open.
So
So
does
I
that
feel
make
like
it summer when pool-
yeah, I
oh.
feel like that's summer.
I think like the official date is like June 21st.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
I got to give a shout out to my dad. It's his birthday today, so shout out to Pops. Happy birthday!
Shout out, Pops. Happy birthday.
I hope you have a
Yeah.
great day.
Oh, you got the gift on deck?
We do. We were just talking about this earlier, but I definitely have quite the month with Dad's birthday, Mother's Day, Cinco de Mayo. You know.
Yeah, because his birthday shuts off right at 11:59 today, huh?
And then it's the next one. Yeah, we just keep on celebrating, I guess.
Oh man. Well, we got a lot to talk about today on the show. We're going to dive into the schedule. NFL schedule was released earlier last week. So we're going to talk about the Chiefs, Cincinnati Mayor Bo Jackson. He says he'll undergo a procedure for the hiccups. You guys ever had the hiccups?
I feel like a child when I have hiccups.
Yeah, so he had to get surgery, or is going to get surgery for the case of the hiccups. Coach K, he's joining the NBA as a special advisor to basketball operations. And Kansas basketball transfer. We're going to talk a little KU. He says he got less than 6 figures at Michigan. So I guess Bill Self's bringing the bag.
And winning. So.
Big bag Bill. So we're going to dive into all that. And before we get into headlines, I also want to give a shout out to all my fellow Laker fans, not the LeBron ones, but the Lakers, like the through and through fans. We're moving on to the finals, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
So Mount Rushmore stays.
It stays mounted. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I never said Bron wasn't there.
Y'all
Y'all just want to put Bron up here, and he's here.
Hater.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
The 2023 NFL schedule released on Thursday night, and the Chiefs will play in 6 primetime games. How are you guys feeling about this one?
I know Steve's excited.
I am excited about it, honestly. Well, not really. Because you get this when I look at the schedule, I'm like, all right, how many games at Arrowhead do they have like in prime time? They don't have really many noon games.
Yeah.
Right. Like
it was 2 noon games this year?
2. Yeah. And then there's a Christmas Day game. Like, who really wants to go to a football game on Christmas Day?
That's what happens when you win, huh?
No, that's just NFL. It was never really NFL Christmas Day. It's always NBA.
Oh, well, yeah, Christmas Day, yeah.
Like Thanksgiving Day, yeah, I can
True,
understand
yeah.
that, but not Christmas Day. Like, come on, man.
Christmas falls on a Sunday this year?
Christmas on a Monday.
Oh, it's on a Monday.
Ah,
Monday
Even more
night
weird.
time.
yeah. Well, and it's not even a Monday night game. It's Monday
day.
3:25
Yeah.
or noon. I can't remember, but it's
That's like right after presents. Like,
yeah. Open up the presents.
in the
Oh,
mix.
I know what I'm getting them. Yeah, y'all can hear y'all tickets to the game. Let's roll out. Yeah, go team.
Easy.
Stuff that stocking with the L, huh?
Yeah. Oh, whoa. No way. No way. Nah, but yeah, I think just looking at the schedule as a whole, I'm excited about going to Minnesota. Haven't been able to get to that stadium yet.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Germany.
Not all fans are though. Some are upset about the Chiefs versus the Dolphins in Germany. So,
Yeah, how do y'all feel about that?
I mean, I like it. I'm not really a fan of these international games.
Why not?
Travel schedule for the players.
They get a bye week after.
They get a bye week
Oh,
after.
week, yep.
So that's cool.
I thought you would have known that. Like, so you know who to play out right after that, right? After the bye week? Philly.
Oh, they play Philly after the bye.
Yeah, and Philly has a bye too. So I think that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah. And I mean, I like that. I like that they're able to get that week off. I'm still not a fan of Thursday games. I think we should scrap that altogether. And then this year, the NFL's playing on Black Friday.
I saw that. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, still don't like that. Like, I think Sundays and Mondays are fine. NFL's just trying to cloud our weekends in the fall. I hate it.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot going on. I don't really mind the international games, honestly, but I see the Chiefs hate with, of course, everybody wanted to see Tyreek Hill.
But what, like, if you want to see Tyreek, spend the $1,200 going over to Germany, get acclimated to the new culture over in Germany, and then watch Tyreek Hill.
Like,
and I don't think it's that serious. Like, yeah, cool. Of course. I feel like Chiefs fans want to see it, but like, am I going to spend the $1,200 just to see Tyreek Hill play the Chiefs? Probably not. I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah. And then what's in Germany other than beer and bratwurst?
People.
Glizzies.
Okay. What?
Glizzies. Of course, you had to shed the light on it.
Definitely.
Nah, but I mean, I'm excited about that game though. I know fans are like, oh, we wanted to see Tyreek run through the tunnel and make this big deal, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? Yeah. Like, it's all about the W, right? Yeah. So wins and losses.
Yeah. I mean, I just know you're excited to go overseas.
I am. I really am. Like, so I didn't get to go to the London game. I slept on that one. Really should have went. I did Mexico City. That was fun. Like, to be just in the, like, it's not Cabo. It's Mexico City. That was really dope. And then, yeah, that was the only other international game they had.
Who you think would have the better international field between Germany, London, and I mean Mexico City? They had to cancel a game, so.
I'm thinking Germany. Like, that's a newer stadium over there. I know Mexico City's field was trash. Like, yeah, it wasn't good at all.
Delay a game, a couple of days or something.
But I think Germany's field, the stadium just looks amazing from the outside. But yeah, I think it's dope.
Now some more Chiefs smoke. Cincinnati mayor wisely avoids trash talk while announcing Bengals Chiefs Week 17 matchup. Let's hear what he had to say first.
Yeah, we're ready.
The Bengals play the Chiefs Week 17, and I've got nothing else to add.
And cut.
How was that?
Yeah, I think that was better than the last time.
Yeah. And backstory on that. So the mayor, of course, going into the AFC Championship game, he might have put his foot in his mouth when he called Arrowhead Burrowhead. He talked about Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow as Patrick Mahomes' dad, and many other things. So Mayor Jabroni, he said, nah, I'm not going to do anything this time. I'm just going to let it play out. So.
Rightfully so. I think he made the right decision. Q?
No, he definitely did, cutting it short. I mean, you gotta back it up, and they definitely didn't back it up. It sucks for them, but
Shout out to his creatives team this year. They did go about it correctly with the with the skit. Like,
and Orlando Brown.
yeah.
Like he was a part, so they tried to tie the two together.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really dope. But yeah, it's
Cool. Teams are getting a little creative.
yeah. These schedule release. So did you guys see the who was it that put out that schedule release? Was it the Chargers? That video when they were talking about
Chargers
just
with the anime.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, Chargers won with the schedule. With the schedule releases, the Titans came in a close second. Asking people about the NFL logos.
Yeah. It's crazy that people just don't know what NFL logos are.
I'm trying to tell you, NFL's not really popular like that. Like people watch it on TV, but as far as knowing teams, knowing players, I think only fans know that. It's not like the NBA. You know, the NBA, a lot of people know NBA teams for some reason.
But that should show teams like, hey, you need to have maybe your little name under your logo or something. Like Atlanta Falcons, you got the,
I mean, possibly,
because most NBA teams they have their name.
Yeah, the
in their
name
logo.
is in the logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the NFL.
Different, cut different, I guess. Have you guys seen the skits lately too, where they have like players come through and draw logos as they're coming out the tunnel? Like, see how good their drawings are.
No.
I think we should do it one day just to see who can pop off.
I can't draw. Like I'm a good tracer.
I'd be all
I can trace.
That's cheating though. That's cheating.
I can trace like a mug. Give me anything. The Mona Lisa, I'm tracing that thing.
I guess if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Exactly.
Right, Steve? Now, Bo Jackson says he will undergo procedure after dealing with chronic hiccups for nearly a year. Q, your thoughts on this one?
Chronic hiccups. That's wild. I don't think I've had hiccups more than a couple of minutes, but that's wild to have them for a year.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Sheesh.
And even just like we were just talking about like allergies and stuff like that, like the sneezing fits where it's like, okay, let me step away. But like mid conversation, you're deep in hiccups. I think I would be, no, I gotta get this taken care of.
After the third day, I'd be too frustrated.
Facts. You thugged it for a whole year too?
Yeah,
like,
that's a year. No.
No way. Steve?
I think that's crazy. Like you said, like so every word you're saying,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, bro. Like, and they said he tried to smell like a porcupine's butt or something like that. It was in the story. It said he tried to smell a porcupine's butt.
Is that where the cure for hiccups is?
I have no idea, but he did some weird stuff.
It sounds like it gets sticky.
And to be kind of, because he's not young, like Bo Jackson's going on 60, so he's an older guy.
Yeah.
And it's like he just walking around, big old dude. I would just laugh.
Yeah, that would definitely drive me insane.
Like, yeah, he's too grown to have hiccups. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, no.
It seems like he said he even tried getting scared and all that stuff. So
all the home remedies.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever he's seeing, because I would get so irritated. You're
So-
sitting over there all the time, passenger princess, and you're hiccuping the whole entire time. Jesus.
Can't even get your IG flicks off.
No. I would be very irritated.
So y'all had the hiccups, of course. How do you guys get rid of the hiccups?
I think like hold your breath. I've done the hold your breath, take a
Yeah.
big gulp of water.
Really?
I think that's
The
really
hold
all
your
I try.
breath thing, I think it always works for me.
Really?
I don't get them that often. Definitely not for
Yeah.
I
a
had
year.
hiccups
so.
probably like one time in 20 years, like
Yeah.
last year. I was like, what is this?
What cause?
Hiccup?
Isn't it like if you do a certain motion or twist or something, it's like air or something like that?
no,
What's the cause of
man.
them? Do we know the cause of hiccups?
I don't know. We got any doctors watching?
Drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
It'll be our next talk about the cause of hiccups. How about that? Coach K to join NBA as a special advisor to basketball operations. Steve, your thoughts on this one?
Dope. People respect Coach K and what he has to say. And I'm just wondering, like, what all he's going to be doing. What does it entail?
Mhm.
I mean, that makes a difference. But yeah, I think, and even though he's old, he understands the players and he's for the players, at least what I've seen from him at Duke. Never heard anybody say anything bad about Coach K. He was a coach of the Olympic team. I think it's really a dope idea to bring in somebody like that. And he knows hoops. Like, he can talk basketball with anybody. And so, like I said, he's very well respected. And hopefully I'm not saying that the NBA needs much change, but hopefully he's able to, give them that little bit more leverage that they already have in sports.
Yeah, I'm wondering how he transitions from college to professional sports.
I don't think it's that hard.
I mean, they're college kids are one way, grown men with their own money.
He's already had league kids though. I mean, league guys. I mean, not everybody. I take it back. He's had a lot of guys that have gone from, playing with him 4 years and then being, drafted. And then like I said, he had the Olympic guys. So
that's what I would be interested in on, like, how that affects the pipeline, because of course he had the whole dilemma with always having one and dones and out of here. So it's like, now is there going to be a lot more of that going through because he's in the offices and he can plug whoever players that he had on the map or that he knew of?
They're the G League, and we'll talk about the G League a little bit later too. But the way that they're doing it now is like, hey, these guys are able to get money while they're in school, and not have to worry about the grinds of it only being basketball. Like, if they were able to start these NIL deals 10 years ago, college basketball would be a lot further
totally
along.
Different.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting guys with the one and done. Just imagine, just throwing a team out there. Just imagine KU.
Yeah.
All the one and dones that they've had. Imagine having Wiggins, having Mario Chalmers all on the same, all those NBA guys. Yeah,
building
for 4
chemistry
years
and everything.
Yeah. What did I use KU for? But I'm just saying though, like, imagine having a team like that who's had a number of one and dones, all on the same team because they're getting those NIL deals.
Powerhouse, man. Now, speaking of KU, Kansas basketball transfer Hunter Dickinson, I got less than 6 figures at Michigan. Again, back to the money. Money's talking, Steve. How do you feel?
Big bag Bill Self. I mean, one thing I didn't like about this is the whole, I don't know if y'all watched, we talked about skits earlier, but they had like a little Bill Self going to Hunter Dickinson, and he's walking into a room, and Hunter's like, yeah, I just want to let you know I'm choosing KU. And he's like, I'm glad you made this. Oh, y'all got to go watch it. But yeah, it's really lame.
Yeah, it sounds
but this was very surprising to me. I mean, he averaged 18.5 points at Michigan. They went to the tournament last year. I feel like Juwan Howard is a great coach, or at least a good coach. And he's a former player. Like, I get Bill Self's a good coach. I get it. Hall of Fame coach. But I would rather take my direction from a guy who's done it before, who's been in the league. And I get it. Bill Self puts guys in the league. Like, you're 7-1. You're going to the NBA. What more do you want, going to KU other than money? That's from him. That statement, all I see is that he wants the money while he's in school.
I mean, rightfully so. Like, why not chase the bag at that point?
Okay. So what kind of money you think he's getting in Lawrence? Like, who's the top players in Lawrence that can pay money like that?
Well, and I think that's my question. Like, what's the difference between Ann Arbor and Lawrence? How different is the economy in Michigan versus Kansas?
Lawrence, Kansas.
I don't I don't get it. And I mean, I don't know the geographics of Michigan like that, to really get into their, the different demographics of each city. But I would assume that Michigan has a lot more, money there.
Auto industry. I mean,
but even then, I feel like Lawrence, Kansas, like, when you think of Lawrence, you think of KU basketball. Like, they pour everything into their basketball program.
Yeah.
Like, the whole town gets behind basketball. And so I feel like that's what maybe, I mean, I don't know, again, what it looks like in Michigan. Maybe they do support their basketball program.
What's University of Michigan known for?
Football.
No, I'm talking about, like, as far as, like, academic wise, like, because you got KU, you have medical, you have business. I think that's the top 2, right? Medicine and business. I think they have journalism too. But so you have all these former like boosters that own their own businesses, own companies, and then you have a lot of doctors who are able to pour into, okay, well, I own a pharmacy, or I own
Your own
medical,
practice or
yeah,
whatever.
something. So we'll throw some money in there. You come to our cookout or whatever, So what is Michigan known for? Because that could be it too.
And that may be something to look into with different NIL deals, especially with the different geographics with certain cities.
Yeah, because you get the guy that left K State to go to University of Miami. He got a Lamborghini deal.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's Miami. Like you can understand that come. So what's Manhattan, Miami? And definitely don't have no Lamborghini dealerships in Manhattan.
Definitely not.
You never know. You never know. They might be making something go crazy in Lawrence, Kansas.
And that's what I'm wondering. I mean, if it's car dealerships or
They got Canes in Lawrence?
whatever
They
it
do.
is, but
Oh, okay.
Canes, maybe.
What
Canes is
Rally
talking.
House? What's some other businesses in Lawrence?
Those are really the big ones.
Shuttle Pizza.
Shuttle.
I feel like that's every college town.
Shuttle Pizza. Is that pizza good?
Oh, Pizza
Mid.
Shuttle. Yeah,
Pizza
yeah.
Shuttle. Pizza Shuttle. Yeah.
It's mid, I think, unless you're having a drunken night. But anything's good when you're drunk. So.
How would you know?
Now, Bronny James commits to USC. DJ Rodman and Dennis Rodman's son to join Bronny James at USC, possibly. Steve, your thoughts on this one?
Dope. Like he's staying in California. I thought maybe going to Ohio State. I mean, being in Ohio, but I don't think he really wants to be that far away from LA.
That's not his home.
Yeah.
That's Brown's home. That's not his.
I mean, he was there for a little bit. How long has Brian played for the Lakers? 5 years? In 2018? 5 years?
Question. Yeah, because I think wasn't the
5
it was
years,
the year
right?
before the bubble.
Yeah, 5 years.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's what, 18 now? So, yeah, 13. I mean, yeah, okay, I guess LA. And he
Yeah,
probably
that's-
loves LA too. It's like, shoot, I'm on Rodeo Drive. I'm able to go shopping,
Sunshine.
whatever.
Yeah.
Where can he go in Ohio that masks his celebrity other than LA?
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
because I mean, you're a celebrity kid.
I get it.
I
understand.
I don't know how Ohio works, but then also still having the access to the money again. Like, I mean, there's a difference between where's Ohio State located? Columbus,
Columbus,
Ohio,
Columbus, Ohio,
versus LA. Like,
yeah. And then he had Oregon too, who was high on his trail too.
True.
I still don't know. I don't think there's a better place. Like, can't go to the University of Miami. That's not a basketball school like that. Yeah. I mean, USC is really the only school I can think
UCLA?
of that can handle the celebrity.
UCLA?
Yeah. 'cause
Arizona?
I mean, they're a better basketball. I wouldn't say Arizona
I wouldn't say
either.
Arizona.
Mm-mm.
If you had all that money and opportunity, you want to go to Arizona? Like just the
Arizona?
location of Arizona?
We've
like,
been. Arizona's not bad.
Yeah, but that again, like back
That
to
was
the
Phoenix.
starstruck.
That
Yeah.
was Phoenix. Yeah. Where is Arizona at?
Tucson.
Is it Tucson?
Tucson, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess USC, but I would have thought like UCLA. USC hasn't been a powerhouse for basketball, and I get it too because he's not going to like go there to win.
Yeah.
He's going there just to say he did it and then leapfrog. I thought he would have done like a G League or something like that.
Is he a one and done?
No, I don't. Right now, he's not.
Because of the clout, though, I think he is.
Like, look at D Wade's son. D Wade's son, I think Bronny has more of the star power than D Wade's son. However, he did go to the G League. He didn't go to college. And so I thought maybe Bronny would have done it that way. But, get that NIL money and do your thing.
Do you think Bron's going to last to make it to play with Bronny?
After watching him yesterday, I think so. I mean, just seeing, because look, you got NBA. NBA is funny. You get guys that in basketball, just in general, if you're a guy like Bron, I mean, can you shoot well enough to stay in the league? Because you have to change up your whole game. Like
True.
once you get older, your jumper should never like leave. But Bron's game isn't made on like shooting jump shots. It's made on attacking the basket, mid range, using your body, your will against your opponent. So I don't know, but seeing him last night, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's sticking around.
Giannis posted he's tired of the disrespect after being snubbed off NBA All Defensive Team.
Come on, Giannis. I don't get it, man. Like, dog,
did he deserve it this year?
I don't. No, not really. I mean, he missed a lot because of injury. But people had crowned Giannis for a while. Like, I mean, they've been crowning Giannis since they won the title of he's one of the best players in the league, and finally a year that you just got to accept it. Like, you were injured, accept the fact that there was other guys better than you.
Yeah.
He said, "Put some respect on my name."
And I mean, Giannis, I don't know, because I could see Giannis being one of the best players in the league. But I mean, who is the best player in the league right now? I mean, Embiid won the MVP, but I mean, who has the staying power? I mean,
at one point I was saying it was KD, but that's definitely not it.
That train's gone.
Yeah, it's both sell for real. Right now, I mean, you got a couple guys that are just okay. I mean, it's kind of spread across the. I mean, you could say a guy like Damian Lillard still is up there. I mean, but he needs to go and win something first.
Yeah,
he can't not be in the playoffs if that makes sense. So.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll discuss Oakland Athletics broadcaster suspended. Keep it locked in. This is W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
FPS Security is here to secure greater KC protection where you need them most. Social events, birthday parties, corporate events, weddings, small businesses, and more. Call FPS Security at 816-379-3600 or visit fpssecuritykc.com. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Reliable, fast, and professional service.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors: classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it, message us. Talk about whatever topic you want.
Hey, as we have of course we have the TV screens in here, but Jazz, do you think we're watching UFC? Do you think you could last around with one of those ladies?
I'm gonna take my L on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
No, not even a minute. Somebody said we'll give you $1 million.
Oh, I'm not going out sad, but like I'll at least put up a fight. But I think the way my height and everything is set up.
They're not that tall. They just look big on TV. They're not that tall at all.
Yeah, I would need quite the training hiatus. I think. I'm not really a fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, I know nothing about mixed martial arts. I die in 30 seconds.
Facts. Maybe catch me on a soccer basketball field. I'll stay there. I'm not gonna head to the ring. I'm good.
I mean, just don't get kicked. I think just get close to him and grab him. That's all you can do.
They look. My opponent better hope they're not ticklish.
I like that, Q. I'm gonna use that. Now, athletics broadcaster suspended for using racial slur. The Oakland Athletics broadcaster Glenn has been suspended after uttering a racial slur while describing a trip to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. So this one hits close. Let's hear his response after what he said.
A little bit earlier in the show, I said something didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to, and I just wanted to apologize if it sounded different than I meant it to be said.
Interesting. Steve, your thoughts on this one?
My take was it shouldn't have only been his apology too. I mean, it should have been the network. It should have been he wasn't doing a broadcast solo.
Yeah.
I mean, it should have been the guy who was sitting next to him, his color analyst. I mean, yeah, it should have been everybody, because when you look at it, when he said what he said, it's like no one blinked an eye.
Yeah.
They just rolled on. Show's going to go on, and so I think it should have been the whole network that put out a statement. Not only the Oakland A's, but it should have been just everybody. And so, yeah, do I agree with his apology? Do I accept it? I think I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right, because the way that he didn't restate his statement, like to clear up, even if it was something like, I didn't pronounce my words right. Well, you heard it. You heard that it didn't come out. Because if I say something that's terribly wrong, I'm gonna I'm gonna immediately, not just roll with it and continue on with my sentence.
And I think that's where I don't agree with it, is that why was it not addressed right when it's said? Like, you know, when even amongst us, if we're having conversations off air, if something is said, then immediately we recover like, no, that's not what I meant. That's what, even if it's just lighthearted and jokingly, but for you to just let it roll off your tongue naturally, and then it takes somebody else bringing it to your attention to then think about what you said, that's a red flag to me. Like, why is it just naturally rolling off your tongue and it didn't even phase you in the first place? That to me screams that you meant it. So then the later addressing it shouldn't, it's just like with a character flaw. It's like, it shouldn't take somebody else pointing it out to you. You should realize that yourself, knowing that it's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Q, your thoughts?
I mean, you know, he was on 18th and Vine just letting them fly while he was here. Like that rolled off his tongue like he says that about 8 times in the morning just to try to whiten his teeth or something. Like, he's just the apology I don't think was sincere at all. Again, because I'm sure he says that jokingly around the office, even on a visit. Again, I'm sure he was in there in 18th and Vine just letting them fly. And I mean, that's just the privilege of somebody he's done it on air before. Like, there's videos out there of him doing it before. This time it just came down on him, and it sucks that the first time it happened, he wasn't expelled from baseball. But that's another chink in the armor of baseball. Baseball needs to become much more diverse. And it needs to become more diverse the way America is becoming diverse as a whole country. But I mean, hopefully they find some talent that actually respects other humans. Are they looking for that? Probably not. And it sucks because it's to the detriment of the whole game. Like the whole league suffers from the mentality that's within baseball.
And I blame parents, right? Like, I blame us, our generation as parents, as and then the generation before us that didn't have their Black kids playing baseball. They rather go play basketball, football, or whatever. But they didn't have. So now we get to the point where it needs to be changed, and there's so many other things happening around us. I mean, we have the push for equal women's rights, right? Like we have the different pushes for equal rights and to getting Black people advanced in different things, and it just now it's like coming to the forefront. Like, baseball is just this white sport. It, it it just highlights all of that, man. And Negro League Baseball Museum, they do such an amazing job to whereas you should never disrespect that word. Like, you know what I'm saying? So and shout out to Peyton too, because he's working with the Negro League, doing the Negro Leagues to the major leagues, has his own podcast that he's working on, talking around the bases. And the Royals and the Negro League allowed him to go out there and do his podcast earlier. And the kids that are playing baseball, we had some young ladies that also play softball that were on his podcast earlier on this week, and they just talked about the difference of being sometimes the only Black kid on a team. And like I can say now, there's some games where Peyton can go play 3 or 4 different baseball games, and we won't see a Black kid anywhere in sight, and he's the only one out there, and so. It just has to change. And then it can kind of filter into the broadcast. Like how many Black broadcasters or baseball broadcasters are there? If you could just count. I don't
Tim Raines, maybe, if
yeah.
he's still there, but who watches baseball?
Right.
Especially for entertainment. It's not an entertaining sport, from the commentary to the unwritten decorum between players. Like, it's not cool at all. And that's where baseball has to figure out how they can remain a staple in pop culture, because they're losing it. And I'd like to see a video of people naming baseball logos, baseball team logos.
Oh, I'm flunking for sure.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
That'd definitely be a good one.
But I said this before, and I know you didn't agree with me, Q, but I still think it's on the Mookie Betts and guys like that can just and I say that to just say, like, that can just make baseball cool. Like whether it's fashion, whether it's be more vocal out in the front of a camp. And I get it, not all players are like that, but I just feel like they should be out there more, knowing that it's not more guys that look like them that are coming up in the ranks.
But I feel like it's just as much the problem of, once those guys are in the positions, then they're pushed out by the people in the front offices that don't feel the same way. So even if you could blame them, maybe they wanted to, maybe they attempted to, but it was shamed on that they tried, or then they're not getting the opportunities that they did before because they acted that way. So I think just as much as we could blame parents, we could blame front offices, we can blame the people that sign the paychecks because they don't feel comfortable enough to express themselves and make it cool.
I agree. To piggyback on that, so Peyton had one of his guest hosts, was Braylon Jackson from KC, was drafted from out of Raytown South High School, was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays. And they started, one of the topics was fashion. And they got to Braylon, and he was like, because they were talking about, like, your pants, like, where do you wear your pants? You show your socks? Do you wear your pants long? He's like, well, for a long time, for the first 5 years that I was with the Tampa Bay Rays, I had to wear my pants, up high. I had to wear them knee length because that's just what they wanted. They wouldn't let us do anything different. You had to wear your pants high. We couldn't wear them down to our shoes. So he's like, just sometimes in, like, baseball, you can't be yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say this, Mookie Betts does have a podcast that he started. I don't know if you checked it out. It's actually pretty dope.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's he's showing himself, which is trying to make, that's all. And that's all I'm asking is, like, these guys that are there show these younger kids that it's cool, that they don't have to go and play basketball, go and play football. because I mean, baseball players, they get paid a lot more money and it's guaranteed.
No, definitely. And I think the onus is not on the players, but again on the Major League Baseball front offices, the commissioners.
Yeah, of course. I agree with that too.
Team owners. Like it's up to them to create that opportunity with the talent that they have. And they just refuse. Again, because it's it's a sport that's gonna make its money.
Yep.
But I think it's dying. Especially in relevance, because we don't. I mean, you could line up the best 10 players in baseball, and I would probably be able to name one, like or two.
Yeah. You probably be able to name more than that. You wouldn't think, but you name more than that. I mean, you could name Mookie, you can name Tatis Jr., you can name Bryce Harper, you can name a lot of guys that would be in that top 10. So you'll probably say top 50 or top 20, but top 10 you'd be able to name more. I'm sure you would.
I don't know.
Aaron Judge, you'd be able to name a lot more guys than just one, two.
I can give you Aaron Judge. I can give you Bryce Harper. Mookie Betts, if I walk past him, I'm not sure I'd know who he is.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I mean, because you know the difference. Like, on Radio Row, we see people and it's like, that's. And then, like, it takes us a second to, like, remember who people are. And again, in baseball, I might mistake them for a right guard for the Jets. I don't know.
But yeah, real quick before we move on though, like, and I asked Peyton, I was like, well, he's a catcher. So I was like, and I started researching like how many black catchers are in baseball right now, or in the majors. There's one.
Yeah, I think it was just one. I think we covered him probably like 2-3 years ago.
There's one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I just looking like, man, that is it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, you know, and it's also the article talked about how it just moves. They look at black players and they move them to the center field position because they're supposed to be the more athletic on the team. So
interesting.
Yep.
Now, speaking of being yourself, Cam Newton believes his dreadlocks are the reason why he's not signed to the NFL, and claims, "I'm not changing." Q, your thoughts on this one?
It's a tough one because we know the biases that happen in the NFL and that are present with black quarterbacks. I would agree to him to some extent. I would agree with him to some extent, but on the other, I mean, I don't know, because I mean, Cam, I think he's a talent. Like, I think he's a talent that can be successful in the NFL. I don't know if he's had the opportunity post being with Carolina. So
I would not agree with Cam right now. Because the reason why I say that is because is he good enough to play in the league still?
I think he is.
I think if this was Cam maybe 5-6 years ago, yes, I would totally agree. But right now, today, Cam hasn't showed me, even when he went and played with the Patriots, even when he went back to Carolina, he was a Cam Newton that I thought that he was. Right, he looks old. I mean, he's not as mobile as he once was, because what did we know Cam for? He was a big body. He was able to impose his will on anybody that tried to tackle him. Like, he was bigger than linebackers, faster than defensive linemen, much bigger than the safeties, the cornerbacks who tried to tackle him. So that's what made Cam what he was. And he had a killer arm. So I just feel like he's not that same person, and he's still trying to be that. And then when he made the comment of, he's not going to sit behind anybody, I think that kind of turned a lot of teams off. And then now he retracted that statement. He backpedaled and said, "No, I never said that." Yeah, Cam, you did. You said that you wouldn't sit behind someone. Now, are there 32 backup quarterbacks better than Cam? Nah, I don't. I think he could get a backup role, but now you're backtracking. Because if you would have came out and said, "Yeah, I can mentor," but in reality, teams know like Cam wants to come and start, which you're supposed to. You're supposed to want to do that. But is it because of the way he looks? No, because we talk about it all the time. Leagues, if you're good enough, they're going to play you.
Yeah.
Teams look past a lot of stuff. They look past sometimes the domestic violence, the alcohol abuse, a lot of stuff that they look past. So him saying, "Oh, it's because of my hair or my attire," nah, Cam, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it plays a role. Is that the main reason? No. I think it plays a role because, I mean, we still have the Colin Kaepernicks out there.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think it's not necessarily the hair. I think it's Cam Newton as a person. I mean, we look at the backlash he got when he was just dabbing.
Yeah,
like
humble Cam. Humble Cam. Yeah,
when he was just dabbing, just backlash from that. And I think, especially in the NFL, they want players that they can control. Cam, you can't control how he dresses. You can't control what he says off the field. And I think that's the more important point. Are there 32 backups better than him? No. Are there all 30? I would say the bottom half of starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You'd be hard pressed to find a bunch of guys that are better.
Okay.
Than Cam Newton.
But if you can help a team win, they gonna look past a lot of stuff.
No.
They go. Teams, they don't care. Look, man, if you can help a team win,
not when it comes to the quarterback position, because that's the face of your franchise. So again, if say I'm just pulling a team out the air. I mean, say he plays for the Seattle Seahawks, and there's some racial tension within the city. Cam's not going to shut up about it.
Oh, of course not. Nah, that ain't him.
So again, if a team owner doesn't want the face of their team, the quarterback, the guy that's running the team, they want someone that's going to stick to their messaging. I mean, we've seen the Chiefs do it and getting rid of certain players. Like, we've seen a lot of different teams that just don't want to deal with it. They just want them to shut up and play ball. And that's not Cam Newton. So I think more so because of that more than his hair. But I think his hair, his style, how he carries himself, NFL teams don't want that unapologetic black man like that.
Now, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll dive into our Hate or Love It segment. Keep it locked in. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
FPS Security is here to secure greater KC protection where you need them most. Social events, birthday parties, corporate events, weddings, small businesses, and more. Call FPS Security at 816-379-3600 or visit fpssecuritykc.com. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Reliable, fast, and professional service.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors. Classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us and we'll talk about whatever topic you want.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
Starting off our sneakers of the week, we have the Air Jordan 4 Thunders.
Nah,
I don't know the excitement about these. Like I like them now that I guess I'm being one of those hype beats cats because yeah, I don't know, really like black and yellow Wiz Khalifa vibes.
I'll pass on these bumblebees.
Yeah, I'm good. My favorites this week, the Air Jordan 11 Low Yellow Snakeskin.
What? You like
crazy
these?
for a summer shoe?
Kinda like these.
For a summer shoe, those are
Okay.
fire.
You ain't normally the pop of color.
I'll go
Sneaker.
with those. The yellow for the summer would be fire, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. With like a white tee or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
Nike Dunk High Gold Mountains.
These are fire. I like the translucent bottom
I
They're
rock 'em.
okay. Yeah.
and the gold little accent on the swoosh too.
They might be the best ones this week.
Really. You ain't fooling with the Doritos?
Yeah, last but not least, Doritos Nike SB Dunk Low Pro QS.
These are kind of fire though. Like, you know the Doritos
Yeah, love the
Mexican
soda.
Yeah.
Love the soda.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's this is.
Yes,
You saying like pouring out the orange soda on the shoe?
I rock them.
Definitely.
I think those are tough. Tiana Taylor gifts Lil Wayne Bros in Harlem Air Jordan 1s. Hate it or love it.
Fire.
I
like
like
the rollout of
these.
these.
Yeah.
I like those.
I like these. I'm a fan of Tiana Taylor, so I'm a little biased with the thorn, like the like it's the thorn stem on the swoosh. I like that. Like that little touch.
Super fire.
And the rollout where they put it in like the glass case,
Mhm.
you had to pull the case up. Yeah, that was fire.
I'm probably not doing yellow laces. I would burn those.
Why not?
I agree. It's kind of giving Ronald McDonald. if he
Definitely Ronald McDonald.
So what color laces would you put in?
Definitely the worst colorway. The team with the worst colorway in the NFL. Yeah. It's
the Commanders.
no, sir. That might be second worst, but I'm talking about the worst. Top of the top.
Did you guys watch Wayne's full reaction whenever he opened them too?
Yeah, I did.
He kills me with his reactions. Everything, all of his reactions could really be a meme, I swear. But it's like this man is so monotone but hype at the same time. Like, I don't know. I think it would just be so funny gifting him something regardless. So I love the video. Taylor Rooks for October's very own Women's Spring 23 collection. Hate it or love it.
Yes.
Cute.
No,
This is your
Q
boo. This is your
loves
boo.
this
Yeah. Yeah. This is, love my girlfriend, but this young lady's got the spunk. No, I'm kidding. But no, I like it. I think it's gonna I won't necessarily say it's gonna increase Taylor Rooks's profile. But I like the look of that because I'd like to see what she does with this as an ambassador, or if they just used her for the rollout.
Yeah.
Because we've seen her grow over the past 3-4 years.
Friend of the show, Taylor Rooks.
Yeah, and she's like her profile. It just every year it increases. So love it for her.
Dope. And just the content, like the image that we have up now, I think is just really dope. The way they put it out is really cool, and they did it like tastefully too. So, Steve, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I do. I mean, Taylor Rooks, she don't miss. So I mean, she's like you said, she's been fired for the past 4 years, at least 5 years that we've known her. So yeah.
USC mascot identity reveal is celebrated at graduation.
Fire.
It's getting national attention.
Fire.
Hate it or love it.
I love it.
Let's
Really
see the
fire.
video.
Yeah, that was fire.
It's cool. It's like those little mystery boots.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was, so they showed her in a photo like after with the next person that she
That's
passed up
dope.
with the
Ah,
costume
that's
on, so
cool.
they don't know
Yeah.
who it is.
That's
like, all right.
dope.
So 4 years down the road, whenever that person graduates, he or she is going to be able to do this at graduation.
That's super dope. And just the shoes was a nice touch. Like the
Yeah.
way that they rolled it out was super dope. I like that. G League introducing new international draft program. Hate it or love it.
I'm not sure if I'm liking this. Like the fact that you're trying to change up things with the G League. I think there's a lot of players, and don't get me wrong, I love the international players, like dope. But they already get it in straight into the league, you know, through the draft. I think the G League should be more for domestic players. Because internationally they already have professional.
They have the
over there.
Euro League.
Yeah, so they're already getting the professional play and money from over there. So I feel like the G League should just be for domestic players.
But is at the same talent level?
For what? For just
in the Euro League,
like
versus...
the equivalent.
Oh yeah, much better than the G League. If you had to compare Euro League and G League, much better talent in Euro League.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You getting players that making millions of dollars playing in Euro League.
I mean, yeah, making the money, but
I mean, you get like Manu Ginobili, you're getting Tony Park, you're getting all these guys that, you know, Euro League sometimes, and a lot of people criticize it, but they're more, when you look at the European player, they have more, their skill level is a lot better because of how they play the game. It's not just for show, it's you're learning the game of basketball. So
Fair enough. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray donates $25,000 to Texas mall shooting victims. Hate it or love it.
Love it. Love it.
Love this one. For sure.
Yeah, no, it's good on him for stepping up. I hadn't looked to see how close that was to his hometown.
I think it says he went to school like right a few miles from there.
Yeah. I figured it was.
He grew up in North Texas and played at Allen High School. Yeah.
Dope. Super dope. LSU's Angel Reese makes her Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue debut. I embrace my body. Hate it or love it.
Yeah.
The Bayou Barbie is at it.
Love that for her. She's definitely just making boss moves all around. So respect on that. Of course, she's been stepping outside of the box, speaking on issues that not everybody has had the balls to. So shout out to her for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, she's a rising star. So
definitely. And can her play backs it up too. So that's even more dope.
Yeah. To me, and like what you said, I think you're getting someone who is that rising star that's not gonna just stick to the norm. Stick to what? Stick to sports. No, she's gonna do what she wants to do, and you can tell by just her attitude, calling herself the Bayou Barbie, just doing things, being outspoken, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's definitely gonna work for her moving forward. I mean, she's got the NIL money. I mean, it seems like there's no reason to go to the WNBA right now.
Right.
Like
you're already a star.
Yeah, she could probably stay another 2-3 years there. So
all right. We appreciate everyone who joined in on today's show. What you guys have going on today?
Celebrating Pops for the birthday.
All right.
Yeah, I'm prepping for Mother's Day tomorrow, man. Yeah, doing a little cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to all the moms out there if you're watching. Thank you again for tuning in. Remember, you can catch a rewind of our show on Monday, 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio. Until next week, we are out of here. Happy Mother's Day.
The views and opinions expressed of the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.